and welcome to the Fond du Lac Public Library's drawing class for kids. My name is Miss Katie, and today we are going to draw something that lives in the ocean, something that has very sharp teeth and can be really scary. We're going to draw a shark today! Oh no! Here comes the shark now! Ah! Alright friends, so glad you're joining us again. Let's start making our shark. First, you need to get a piece of paper. Any paper will do. Pick whatever you have laying around. I like to use white, especially for this one because I'm going to add a lot of color. And then you need something to draw with. Grab your pencil, or your pen, or your crayon, whatever you are comfortable with. Today I'm going to use markers, and I'm going to start with my gray marker for my shark. But I do have a lot of other colors set aside for when I want to add some detail. Now to make our shark, we want to start with a football shape, because sharks are kind of like footballs, like a big oval that somebody took on the sides and stretched out. So I'm going to find the middle of my paper, and my paper is going a long way today. Start in the middle of the paper, and I'm going to make the top of the football like a hill. Like that. Good. This will be the top of my football. For the bottom of my football, the bottom of my shark, I'm not going to start right here. I'm going to go down and over a little bit. And I'm going to do my football shape down and stop. I want to leave a space for my fin later. So I'll go down and over, lift up my marker, and then I'm going to finish my football shape. But I don't want my ends to connect. I'll leave a little gap there. Do you see how this kind of looks like a football? Now I want to add my tail. To make my tail, I want to make the letter V up here and down below. So I'm going to trace the back of my tail and then go up. You see that letter V? I'll do the same thing on the bottom. I'm going to trace it up and then go down. Up and then down like that. Very good. And now I want to connect these two. And instead of making a straight line, I'm going to make my line go in and out a little bit. In and out. All right. Now the next few steps, we're going to draw a lot of triangles because there are a lot of triangles in our shark. I'm going to find the middle of my shark's back, so right about here, and I'm going to make a triangle that goes up and down for my shark's fin. This triangle is going to be leaning towards the tail. So I'm going to go up towards the tail, and then I'll go back down like that. See my little triangle? We're going to do the same thing on the bottom, and I'm going to try to line those up. I'm going to go down and lean it towards the tail, and then go back up. And you can fill in any gaps there, but leave this part open. We are not closing our triangle fin. So we have a triangle fin up top and a triangle fin down below. All right, now we need to do our shark's mouth, the scary part with the teeth. To do this, I'm going to find my football shape here, and I'm going to finally connect those, see? And then I'm going to add some lines here to make a triangle. This will be our shark's mouth. I'm going to go up and down. Do you see that triangle? And for all the shark's teeth, we're going to make a zigzag and create a bunch of little triangles. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Do you see all of those little triangles? That's easy to do with a zigzag line. Nice. We are almost done with our shark. We need to add his eye. So I'm going to make a circle up here above his teeth. And then we need to add some lines. So I'm going to put my lines a little bit past his fins. I'm going to draw 3 lines, just like that. Great, you made a great shark. But I think our picture is missing something. There are a lot of things that live in the ocean, so we can add a few more animals. I think a sea turtle would be fun. So I'm going to pick my green marker, and on the bottom corner, I'm going to start my sea turtle. I'm going to make a circle, just like that. This circle is going to be my sea turtle's body. When I make my sea turtle's head, in the top corner here, I'm going to make a gumdrop shape, which is a triangle with rounded edges. So I'm going to go up and round that corner, down and round that corner, and then I'm going to make this last corner round. But do you see how my gumdrop head and my circle body connect? We have to make sure they connect, just like a real turtle. And sea turtles have tails, so opposite of my head, I'm going to add a tail, a little letter C that connects with my body. And sea turtles have legs. Do you remember how we made these leaning triangles for our shark's fins? We're going to do that with our legs, except they'll be leaning the other way. So that leg will lean towards the other side of my paper, and this one will too. Now we need to design our sea turtle's shell. So at the bottom of my circle here, I'm going to add a line that kind of follows the outside line of the circle. There. That way, the shell is up here, and you can see the body of the turtle is down below. And in your turtle shell, you can add a bunch of shapes. I like to do some angled, crazy shapes. So I do a lot of trapezoids, but you can do any shape you want. And then later on, you can color it in too. And let's see, our sea turtle needs a face. For that, I'm going to use a black marker, and I'm going to make a circle here for my sea turtle's eye, and I'm going to make a smaller circle on the top. So it will look like my sea turtle is looking at the shark. Do you see that? His eye is shaded in at the top, so he's looking at the shark. And my sea turtle is surprised. He's surprised to see a shark there. So I'm going to make his mouth an O shape. Like, oh my goodness, I am so surprised to see this shark. Nice sea turtle. I think we could add a fish over here. I will use my orange marker to make this fish, but you can use any color you want. And in this corner, I'm going to draw another circle. Great. Nice circle. And a lot of our fish is going to be designed just like our shark was. Let's do the tail. So the corner of my turtle here, or of my fish here, is going to be my fish's tail. And just like we made a V for my shark's tail, we're going to do that for my fish's tail. I'm going to trace his body down and then go up. And same thing on the bottom. But this time I'm going to trace it up and then go down. And then we'll connect. We'll connect by going in and out, just like we did for my shark tail. In and out. Good. And then I like to add some lines in there for my fish's tail. All right, now we need to add a fin on the top and a fin on the bottom, just like we did with our shark. So leaning triangles. I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to lean to the side and then lean back in. And I think I'll add some lines there too. We'll do the same thing down below. Lean to the bottom, and then I'm going to lean back up and add some lines. For the middle of my fish, I want another fin, and for that I will just make a triangle with some lines. We can do a little backwards letter C, and then we're going to make our eye and our mouth for our fish. Now my fish's eye is going to be right up here, and my fish is going to be looking at the shark too, just like our sea turtle was. So I'm going to make a little curve and darken that in. So at the top it looks like my fish is looking at the shark. And my fish is going to be worried because fish don't want to get eaten in the water. To make my fish look worried, I'm going to draw a letter C above his eye. This will be like his eyebrow, and it will make him look worried. Now, do you think if you were worried, you would have a smile? Probably not. My fish is going to have a frown because he's scared he'll get eaten. Very cool fish. I can add, well, we're in the water, so at the top of my page, I can add some waves. And waves are just like stretched out letter U's. And no waves are perfect. Oh, I think I'll have my animals here. Maybe give them some bubbles. Bubbles are just circles. And my circles start small and they get a little bit bigger. There. What else do you see in the ocean? How about plants? I see seaweed in the ocean. So I'm going to take another marker and I think I'll make some seaweed over here. Just a long wavy line. This one goes behind my fish. And I can give this long wavy line some arms just by following it along. There's some seaweed. I can add coral. I'll use my yellow to add some coral, and I'm going to make some leaning skyscrapers. So leaning curved rectangles that go up, over, and down. And then I'll make another one. This one I'll make a little bigger. Up, over, down, and another shorter one. Up, over, down. You know what? When they're in yellow, they look like French fries, don't they? I'm going to add some C's or some circles at the top. So now it looks like I have tube coral, which is kind of neat. And I can add another kind of coral right next to it. This is some crazy coral that kind of looks like a crazy hand. I'll start at the bottom and go up, and I'm going to make some crazy looking fingers like that. And all coral looks a little crazy, so it doesn't have to be perfect. The crazier the better. And just like we have a ground on the land, in the ocean there's a ground. So I'm going to make maybe some sand, and my sand is a little bumpy, which is good. Very nice. You have a great ocean scene. I'm going to use a marker to sign my name at the top, like every good artist does. And I think I'm done. If you want to color it in, you most certainly can. You did a great job today. Thanks for joining us.